Hawezi.
Hapo tena vichwa nguma hawezi.
Hata unaweza ongea?
Ongea. Kama kitu mmoja na hapo ndio tutaongea hapo.
Yes. Sisi tunatokeana ama hapana? Ngende wewe. Wewe, hawa ni the first. Yes. Yeah, nimemaliza. Sawa. Uka tuendi. Natakia msezi nyumbani. Ndio tuwaulize maswali.
My name is Fred Baraza. I'm the County AIDS Control Coordinator for the National Syndemic Disease Control. So our situation as Bungoma County in terms of condom distribution, right now we can say that we have a very severe stock out. And in so doing so, we anticipate that maybe HIV cases may rise because we don't have any other alternative for condoms in the county and also in the country at large. So I wish to say that this is not a Bungoma County problem. It is nationwide, and every part of this country is feeling that shortage. And I wish to inform you that we had condom dispensers mounted across this county in all the 10 sub-counties we have, but I can tell you that they are very empty, and the public is now asking what can we do in terms of mitigating the shortage of condoms. We have approached our organization which we work for, the National Syndemic Disease Control, and up to now we have not received any positive feedback as to when the condoms can be supplied to various places of this country. Yeah, we started witnessing that severe stock out around April. So from there, we filled the condom dispensers with the last batch of what we had, and from there, we have not received any other consignment. That is for the community aspect of HIV prevention. We haven't received any other top-up, and from there we think that going forward maybe the situation may change so that people can be able to reduce on the spread of HIV.
Mimi naitwa John Malis. Mimi ni mkaaji wa hapa Bungoma hospitali. Tukiangalia hii hospitali yetu hakuna kitu yoyote yenye inaitwa kama kondom. Wacha tuletea kondom hapa Bungoma. Sasa tunahitaji serikali ifanye nini? Serikali ya county tuletee kondom. Watu wanatakana wawe na kondom wakifanya mapenzi yao. Hiyo wakikosa kuleta hiyo kondom itaathiri vitu mingi sana. Unajua watu watapatwa na ukimwi. Sasa hiyo ndiyo inatakana walete hiyo kondom, isaidie vijana wafanye nini, wafanye mambo yao.
My name is Joy Nyaroto. I am a clinical officer working for Bungoma County. I am the Deputy County Coordinator of HIV in Bungoma County. We are, as my colleague has said, we are still experiencing the shortage of condoms. As Bungoma County, the HIV prevalence is at 2.6. It is way back, slightly lower than the national HIV prevalence, which is at 4.5. But still, as Bungoma County, as we have a lower percentage of prevalence compared to the national, we have still recorded higher number of new infections, which is still a threat. So coming next survey, I am foreseeing a situation where we may have a higher prevalence compared to what we have now. So it is alarming that we still have a number of new infections that have been reported. If you look at our data, the one that has already been surveyed and also the raw data, the daily spot checks we do, we are still receiving new cases, which is still very alarming. And now that with the emergence of no condoms, we are even anticipating to have higher number of new infections. Just a great fear, especially for the HIV program, and also not just Bungoma but countrywide, that this time when the schools are closing down, the children are coming back home, and a number of adults who are working, of course, a number of them will take leave just to stay with their children. So during that time of idleness, a lot of things happen, and this is the time that we would really wish to have adequate supply of condoms, but unfortunately we don't have. So it's unfortunate that after the long period of school closing, maybe in January, February, we may have surging numbers of STIs and also unwanted pregnancies and also HIV infections. A number of people also, as you've said, use condoms as a method of family planning, and now with the shortage of condom use, those who are depending on condom per se as a method of family planning now have been cancelled and directed to use other methods of family planning so that we reduce the chances of unwanted pregnancies. But remember, a number of people who've been using family planning per se as a method of family planning, majority of them, the women, they had issues with hormonal methods. That's why now they resort for condom. But because of the shortage, they have no otherwise but to go for hormonal family planning methods. Reusing of condoms is something that has been reported, especially by the sex workers. Remember, they sell sex to earn a living, and they have to sell sex, and there is no condom, and they have to protect themselves. So because of the knowledge gap in these populations, they have reported to be reusing. They use, they wash, and they use again. So the moment we pick it amongst them during the dialogue days, or when they come for service provision, or when we diagnose an STI and we probe further and we not reuse, we cancel them against it, because a condom that is reused after washing or any form of making it clean, it cannot be very much effective. We have noted a higher number of new infections amongst the young people, that is between 15 years to 24 years within Bungoma County, which is also reflecting at the national level. We normally receive erratic supply by the national program. The last supply we got was for the key population program, but they were so minimal. They were around 2 boxes per facility, and those are very few that they're not adequate to be dispensed through the dispensers. So in most facilities, you realize that it is the counselors or the clinicians who just dispense them during the service provision. Along the service provision at their desks. So because of that, we have really had clients complaining, the consumers of the condoms complaining, which is valid, because actually in the HIV program, condom is a very key commodity towards prevention of reinfections and also prevention of sexually transmitted diseases and also unwanted pregnancy. But now that we have been having a longer period of shortage of these condoms, you discover that it has not been very easy for the clients. Some clients even report reusing, though we cancel them and remind them that when you reuse a condom, it will not be effective compared to if you use it correctly. So we've also had now, because of the shortage, we've had inconsistent use of condoms. You discover that the key population persons and also the general populations, those who are recommended to be using condoms because of the HIV prevention of reinfections, they now don't use it consistently, and because of that, we have had a significant amount of number of infections, the sexually transmitted infections, and also reinfection amongst the discordant couples, a few that have been reported.